Exchange, Atomic Speedway, Conley Trucking, Portsmouth Raceway Park, GCP Engines, Premier Precast, Clark's Pump and Shops of the Tri-State, Willard Speedway, Poske's Performance Parts, and Wagner Rental and Supply. Now get ready to talk dirt track racing with your host of the Winter Circle Auto Exchange, Dirt Track Dickie Tiller.
Hey, good evening, fans. Dickie Tiller here at the Winter Circle Auto Exchange Dirt Track Show. Glad to have you along this evening here in the studios. Got a couple special guests this evening. We'll get to them on the next break. Mr. Rick Phillips is in the house tonight from the Winter Circle Auto Exchange out on 4560 13th Street here in Ashland. We'll be talking about the great deal of the day from the Winter Circle. We'll be talking about some dirt track racing with him as well. And he brought his buddy in the house tonight, Marty Horton, the driver of the 1H. Many of you know Marty from around the racing circuit, and Marty's in the house with us tonight. We'll be talking to him as well, as Josh McGuire should be here sooner or later. You know how Josh out on special assignment, but he'll be here with us sooner or later. So got a couple of tracks to report on from Atomic Speedway and Portsmouth Raceway Park tonight, as well as talk to the legend, Mr. Marty Horton, the 1H driver with us tonight. And he's been at about every track, I think, around the area, around the tri-state, and even further than that probably. So Rick Phillips, Marty Horton, I'm Dickie Tiller here tonight. This is the Winter Circle Auto Exchange Dirt Track Show right here on the Cool Hits Sports Network.
Need a new vehicle? Then see Winter Circle Auto Exchange on 13th Street in Ashland. At Winter Circle, bad credit is not a problem because they have guaranteed credit approval. Open Monday through Friday 9 to 6, Saturday 10 to 4. Call 606-325-9970 or online, wintercircleautoexchange.net. Let the Winter Circle help you rebuild your credit and make a winner out of you. That's the Winter Circle Auto Exchange, 4560 13th Street, Ashland. Phone 606-325-9970.
There's people who care where I'm going and good friends who welcome me home. So get a full tank of freedom, drive the American road. And with a full tank of freedom, find your own highway, we'll take you wherever you go.
Marathon, fueling the American spirit.
The Clark's Pump and Shop Marathons of the Tri-State, supplied by the John W. Clark Oil Company. Return, refresh, refuel.
The area's largest supplier of precast concrete is Premier Precast in Ironton. Premier Precast has concrete for underground utilities as well as storm drains and sewage, including vaults, catch basins, and manholes. For more information, call 740-533-3333. That's 740-533-3333. Premier Precast Concrete, serving the area with pride and a proud supporter of Terry Racing of Ironton. That's Premier Precast, 317 Heckler Street in Ironton.
If you like dirt track racing, visit Atomic Speedway in Chillicothe for the best in 410 sprints, late models, modified, sport mods, and street stocks every Saturday night. Gates open at 4 with the super late models, 6 p.m. for hot laps and modifieds with street stocks, and sport mods at 6:30. Admission is $12 for 12 and up and free for everyone else. Pit admission is $15 for those under 12, $30 for everyone else. Phone 740-703-9749 or go online, atomicspeedway.net.
The Dirt Track Show. Cool Hits 105.7.
Hey, back out at the studios here at Cool Hits 105.7. Glad to have you along tonight. Josh McGuire, finally in the house. Mr. McGuire, I can't believe 2 weeks in a row you have actually missed the opening segment, but you're here for segment number 2, Mr. McGuire.
I heard the opening segment in the car.
Yeah.
And was walking in, and I was being polite and just waiting until you all were done talking.
Oh, okay. I
had to stop and get a donut.
That is pretty polite, I guess.
And had to,
Mr. Polite over there.
Get a welcome to Moe's action going on.
Yeah, welcome to Moe's. We want to thank Moe's Southwest Grill for the catered meal this evening. We enjoyed that Joey Jr. that you're going to have, that Rick had, that Marty could have had, that MJ had, that I didn't have.
Welcome to Moe's!
Hey, welcome to Moe's. And we thank Randy Vanover and the gang in Moe's Southwest Grill for their support of this Winter Circle Auto Exchange. Josh, we got some tickets we're going to give away tonight. Not right now, but we're going to give away.
Sure not right now?
We're going to give away some tickets tonight.
I would love to give away some tickets.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday racing at the Kentucky Speedway. there in Sparta, Kentucky. We're going to give away NASCAR tickets, and it's going to be a family 4-pack for each night. You win 4 tickets Thursday, you win 4 tickets Friday, and you win 4 tickets Saturday. All weekend long. You go racing all weekend.
Is that going to just one person's going to win 12 tickets?
Yes, one person is going to win 12 tickets, and he's going to have 3 really good friends that he can take with him, you see, and give them tickets for every race, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And I looked up on the web. The seating is in GS3A section. That's right pretty close to the middle of that racetrack. Really good seats, and we're going to give away those over $500 worth of tickets going to somebody that they can take themselves and 3 lucky friends with them to some races, Kentucky Speedway on July the 7th, 8th, and 9th.
Really?
So that's
what a great deal.
That's pretty cool, isn't
Hey,
it?
they got new blacktop. It's a little kind of different racing, than what we normally do and talk about. But they do have brand new blacktop for one of the best tracks on the NASCAR tour.
And that's
Kentucky Motor Speedway.
But that's not dirt, though. That's asphalt,
not dirt.
right?
Actually, they took all the bumps out of it. It might not be as exciting as it was because it had some character before.
Josh McGuire, a couple guests tonight. I think you know these 2 guys.
I met these guys once or twice.
But we have Mr. Rick from the Winner's Circle. Rick Phillips, say hello.
Hello, Dickie. Glad to be here this evening.
Yep. We also have Mr. Marty Horton. He drove the 1H. Everybody knows the 1H and remembers Marty. Marty, it's great to have you tonight, buddy.
Glad to be here, Dick.
Yeah, we're very happy to have you. And I think you know these 2 guys, right, Josh?
Well, yeah. I've never got to race with Marty Horton. He'd done retired when I started my racing career. But
he was so fast I quit.
That's what it was. It's all become. He heard about it. And,
that's not true.
And but I've heard a lot of stories. Of,
you were probably racing bombers when Marty was still racing. Probably.
No, I didn't start till 01.
Well, you'd been racing since 01,
right? I ran
right?
late models with Marty. When was that, Marty? You come back at late model, right?
09, you say?
07, 08, and 09.
Marty did come back racing.
That's lean up there and talk on that microphone there, Marty, whenever you say something so everybody can hear you, buddy. But a lot of races for Marty Horton. Marty, you started back in, you want to say when you started?
I'd say around 1990.
About 1990.
Around 1990.
Yeah, around 1990, and then you finished up around 2009, we said, and you probably raced at a lot of tracks. Where's some of your favorite tracks that you raced?
PRP is always favorite. Southern, it's local tracks around here. Some of the best you can race at.
Yeah. A lot of the guys that say they've raced at those tracks, Marty, when you go to those places around here back when you raced and still today, you find some of the best race car drivers in the whole nation, right?
Josh will tell you, if you can win at Portsmouth, you can win anywhere. They got some of the best drivers and best cars there is.
Yeah, that is. Portsmouth is and you hear that over and over and over.
Did you hear him say that? Because he said that before.
Different parts of the country know if you want to test your speed, come to the Ohio Valley region, and you will be tested. If you think you're really, really fast, come on over, and we'll see how fast you really are. Because these guys take it seriously, and there's not a race in the country that there's a lot of local talent right here can't go and win.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And when you raced, Marty, you were serious about racing, wasn't you?
Very much.
And that's the way you got to be.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah, you started out not racing late models, did you? You wasn't your first.
Drove them to the racetrack.
That's pretty good, isn't it? No holler, just drive your car up there,
just
right?
Drive it in there.
And you said you raced at Checker Flag.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good track. What's another track maybe you raced at that's not around anymore?
Well,
not to say that you've been doing this a while or anything.
What was the very first racetrack you ever ran on?
A little old track at Paintsville, Kentucky, up on top of the hill.
The Paintsville track. I've heard about this track.
And I had the stockyards up there, and Euless Grace when somebody drive his car, and I'd never even seen a round track race. Went over and drove for him 2 weeks and got the bug, and always loved it after that.
Yeah, all it takes is that one time, isn't it? Somebody invites you to the track, and you're addicted.
It's a sickness.
You're hooked.
It really is. You either love it or hate it. If you don't like it, then nobody can make you like it. But if you like it, you can't get it out of your system.
Kind of like the love to hate and hate to love type relationship, right?
Where would have been the second track you ran
on? Portsmouth.
Portsmouth? Mm-hmm. The Portsmouth...
Old Southern track.
The old Portsmouth Speedway down 52.
No, Southern Ohio.
Oh, Southern Ohio, Portsmouth. The old Portsmouth, the old Southern Ohio, since it's been changed about 3
Dozen
times since
yeah.
then, at least. You know,
And
as
then
far as
checker
track
flag about the same
configuration.
time. Checker
flag,
yeah.
them.
I remember my brother Chuck took me to the old Southern track, and we'd go down there and see all the greats, all the local. I mean, the local guys, the legend local guys would be there, you know. And you got Delmas Conley, he was there, and Jack Boggs would be there, and Charlie Swartz, and and Marty Horton would be there probably,
In a bomber.
and just all kinds of different guys, local great guys, and the first racetrack shirt I ever bought, Chuck bought me there, and it had a big picture of a big bull on the front of it and holding a green flag, and it said, "When the green flag drops," and I can't say the rest of it, but I never forget that. That was my first dirt track shirt, and we tried to travel with that late model series with Chuck. I think was there something in Pemberville or Pennsboro or
Pennsboro.
We'd go down there and watch those guys race. But it's so great having you with us tonight, Marty Horton, and it's good having, of course, Josh McGuire, the younger Josh McGuire, here with us this evening.
The younger,
just glad that. Well, you look kind of younger this evening.
Appreciate
I don't know.
That.
You're all dressed up for some reason.
My gray hair seems to be receding or something.
You usually come in here all dirty from working on a race car, but now you're all washed up tonight.
Well, I was doing different work. I was doing different work today. I had to wear a nice
I didn't mean
shirt.
you was washed up.
Thanks, I appreciate
I didn't mean
that.
not washed down the drain, washed up.
I was just gonna. I was gonna.
That's what Eddie Carrier said when he was here with you.
He did say that. I was gonna let that go, but
I can't believe Eddie said that when he was here.
Don't
that
be
night.
blaming. You just repeated it. You just said.
I meant
that.
you're clean. I meant you're clean tonight. Usually you come right from the garage. It's getting deeper and deeper, isn't it?
You're not digging yourself out.
Yeah, he's digging a hole.
It's getting.
Ain't
bad.
helping a thing, is it?
You're gonna have to come wash and wax my truck or something to make up for that.
Well, I'll sure do that. Yeah, bring that in here, and we'll make sure it's done, Josh. I helped him one time. He needed help washing a truck or trailer or his trailer.
We washed the
and,
hauler.
The hauler, and of course, it wasn't good enough, Marty. So I just quit. I said, "That's it. I quit."
I can believe that.
And we was helping. I assigned him to be an official car washer and the outside.
That didn't last very long either, Marty. I'll tell you that right now. There's a lot of work that goes into keeping those race cars clean and ready to go, aren't they?
There is. I had a race car in my shop last week, and I had to give a speech to the young man and said, "Hey, you cannot work on a dirty race car. You can't work on You can't go and to change a spring on your race car in your fire suit. This is a safety issue. And have grease like you greased your old tractor or like you greased your old truck, and have grease coming out everywhere, out the grease fittings, out the ball joints, and you try to change a spring because now you got grease on your fire suit. Now there's something to burn. It's got to be clean. You can't have grit, dirt. You should be able to wear a white shirt and work on your race car and not get dirty. That's how a race car is supposed to be. Every little piece of dirt and sand you leave like in a rod end or a heim joint, it's going to wear that out. It's going to cost you money, maybe even cost you a race down the road. See, it's all the little things that catches you, and you can extend the life of that part a very long time if you just take care of it.
Marty, did you enjoy those? Was it Monday wash days for you?
Well, Josh is exactly right. You start Monday and you work all week, and you'll never see a muddy or dirty car come to a racetrack and win a race, will you, Josh?
No, you will not ever see a muddy or dirty car win a race.
That's a good point.
That is a fact right there, because that shows how much you took care of your car through the week, and that shows how much you wanted it. You get out what you put in.
Hey, fans, don't forget we're giving away some tickets tonight to, again, we'll tell this to the Kentucky Speedway for July the 7th, 8th, and 9th. It's a family 4-pack each night. And you can listen to our show at the end of the show. We're going to take a caller and give these tickets away this evening, as well as we'll probably give away a pit pass to Portsmouth Raceway Park this evening. So we're looking forward to that as well. So stay tuned and listen. We'll be giving away these tickets at Kentucky Speedway. It's a family 4-pack for the show Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night. Good seating at the Kentucky Speedway. You'll want to call in and try to win those tickets, and then we'll give away a pit pass a little later for Portsmouth Raceway Park. We'll step out, take a break, come back, talk more dirt track with Josh McGuire and Rick Phillips here this evening, and Marty Horton. I'm Dickie Tiller. This is the Winner's Circle Auto Exchange, Dirt Track Show right here on the Cool Hits Sports Network.
Enjoy racing every Friday night at the Willard Speedway. Gates open at 4 and hot laps start at 7 p.m. Enjoy late models, limited late models, modified, sports mods, bombers, and 4-cylinders. Call 304-908-1266 or visit their website for special nights and prices throughout the year. Located just outside of Grayson on State Route 1496. Exciting dirt track racing every Friday night is found at the Willard Speedway, EK Mines Branch Road in Willard. Conley Trucking, located in Portsmouth, has been serving the tri-state area since 1975 with our fleet of 50-plus units. Specializing in commercial and residential hauling, Conley Trucking's impressive fleet of trucks handles all types of aggregate materials, including concrete, asphalt, limestone, concrete sand, mason sand, bunker sand, gravel, dirt, coal, grain, and salt. As we have grown throughout the years, so has our service area, as we currently serve the states of Ohio, Kentucky, West Virginia, Indiana, Pennsylvania, and Virginia. A proud sponsor of Conley Motorsports, call 740-776-7634, Conley Trucking. Dave Poske's Performance Parts stock a full line of components to build pure stock, modified, semi-late, late model dirt, asphalt race cars, street performance, and drag cars too. Dave Poske Performance Parts is located just off I-77 at West Virginia State Route 47 in Parkersburg, West Virginia. At Dave Poske Performance Parts, they're committed to selling you the right part at a fair price and making sure you get it on time. For more information, call 1-800-430-7223. Open Monday through Thursday 9 to 6, Friday and Saturdays 9 to 4, closed on Sunday. That's Dave Poske's Performance Parts.
You want the best racing engines? You want over 25 years of experience? Then you want GCP engines. We build engines that win for a number of competitors like World of Outlaws, NHRA, IHRA, Lucas Oil Late Models, and NTPA. We do custom race engines, engine balance, and custom cylinder headwork. Call 606-928-3439 or connect online at gcpengines.com. Only 5 minutes from the Flying J in Cannonsburg at 17721 Bear Creek Road. Be a part of the winning team, the GCP team.
The Dirt Track Show. Cool Hits 105.7.
Welcome back out to the studios of Cool Hits 105.7. Glad to have you along. Looking at Winchester Avenue. Out here as the cars zinging by. And,
you see Moe's?
No, don't see Moe's from here. But
you don't see Moe's?
We have.
Moe's! I knew it was here.
Yeah,
I knew we could see Moe's.
We can hear Moe's.
Welcome to Moe's!
And we appreciate Randy Vanover and the gang at Moe's Southwest Grill for making our evening possible, a good dinner evening possible here at the Winner's Circle Auto Exchange Dirt Track Show. Found no other place than Cool Hits 105.7 each and every Monday night. Have a couple tracks to report on from Portsmouth and Atomic. Josh McGuire, we'll talk about that. Before we do, we got a great deal of the night that we always have a phone call from Rick out to the Winner's Circle giving us the deal of the night. But he don't have to call tonight because he's here in the studios, right, Rick?
Yes, I'm here.
And you've got a great deal for us from the Winner's Circle Auto Exchange where everybody can be a winner. Now, you got bad credit, slow credit, no problem. You can be a winner at the Winner's Circle. Great deals. Rick can help you rebuild your credit and take care of you. Tell us about the deal of the day or the evening, Rick Phillips.
Well, we've added to our finance program, and this week we have now added and brought back the Buy Here, Pay Here. And tonight I have a wow deal on the Buy Here, Pay Here. It was an 07 Dodge Caliper. Beautiful vehicle. It's the orange color, the burnt orange. Really good-looking vehicle. $1,500 down, $179 a month.
Wow. That deal only found at the Winner's Circle Auto Exchange. Tell us again what it is and where to call tomorrow for that great deal, Rick.
It's a 2007 Dodge Caliper. Beautiful orange. $1,500 down, $179 a month for 24 months.
Wow. Okay. Fantastic deal. And that's only found at the Winner's Circle Auto Exchange. Give them a call tomorrow. Ask for Rick or one of the guys there at the office, at the car lot. It's 606-325-9970. Is that right?
Yes, that's right. And we also have vehicles as low as $500 down.
Okay. All right. If you're looking for a great deal and you got kids going to college, high school's over, they just graduated, they're looking for a good deal to go to college, something you can afford, stop by the Winner's Circle, see Rick and the gang here on 13th Street here in Ashland, 4560 13th Street. Or give them a call, 606-325-9970. MJ was almost ready to pull the trigger on that Harley Davidson. Is it still around?
It's sold.
It's sold.
You waited too long, MJ.
MJ, that would have been you.
That would have been perfect for MJ to drive into the radio and ride. Now he could have parked it right here on the sidewalk.
Oh yeah, that's what we were thinking.
I think me and Dickie had a Dodge Caliper one time when we went to Florida.
No.
And our little rental car was a Dodge Caliper.
Oh, was it?
Yes, and we beat the fire out of that for a couple of days.
Why was we in Florida? I forgot.
PRI trade show.
Oh yeah. Don't go to those shows with Josh. Don't go because he thinks he's supposed to go in those places at 6 o'clock in the morning.
He gets good deals
and leave at midnight.
Oh, that's the way you got to do it.
There ain't no going to lunch or nothing. He thinks he's got to stay right in there.
Oh, you go. It's work.
Yeah.
You were at work.
I seen him when we got there, checked in the hotel. Then we was leaving. He come to the airport. That was it.
How could you eat with all the racing going on, race parts?
I didn't have a problem with it. It didn't bother me at all. Did you go to those shows, Marty? Those big shows?
Yeah, I used to go every year.
They have them all over. We went to Florida, went to Indiana, went to Indianapolis.
They're back in Indianapolis. They're every December. It was really nice I'll say it was nice. The weather was nicer in Florida in December than it is in Indianapolis, where it usually snows on us during the show. But it's a whole lot easier to travel to Indianapolis than it is trying to fly to Orlando.
I don't know, Josh. Took us 4.5 hours to drive to Indianapolis. Took us 1.5 hours to get to Orlando.
It was a little easier flight. A little cheaper for Indianapolis.
Talked to Marty before you came in. Was back in the cubicle having some Moe's, and I said the biggest difference between now and then. He said technology. Is that still what you're saying? That's what you said, right, Marty?
Got to be you almost have to have an engineer on your crew. It's tough now. Used to leaf spring cars, you just change springs maybe twice during the night and you're ready to rock and roll. Now it's totally different. You got to be, which Josh, almost an engineer and had the devotion of Delmas Conley. So you got to have both. That's what you got to have.
It is. It's getting pretty radical as far as if you really want to run fast, if you want to win and be up front every week. Whenever the big races come along and the big money is on the line, it's gotten technical. You're talking the shock has 64 clicks on the adjuster and 3 clicks off, and you can ruin your race car. You won't keep up, and it's getting tough. It's getting tough. Spring machines, shock dynos, wind tunnel testing. The shaker rigs, it's expensive, but it's science.
Used to we had 2-man crew, and that's all you needed. Now 2-man crew cannot. You might do the tires, and that's about it. I mean, now you got to have 5 or 6 good men, Josh, to really race a car.
Most teams now, they've got 3 guys. Yeah. They'll have 3 guys now who can all work on the car, can do anything on it.
Yeah.
And
Don't forget.
It used to be you just put fuel in it, changed your tires.
Maybe a spring.
Yeah, maybe a spring, a little wedge adjustment, and now it's it's getting tough.
Yeah.
Don't you forget, but the most important person on your crew was your wife.
My wife was the most important person on my crew, and my mom, who served us all food.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Mom was pit area famous.
I mean, you not only had food, you not only had food served to you, Josh, before when you got to the track, but you had neighbors that always brought you food before you left.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
And I would come out for those. I may not make it to the track, but I definitely would be there when the car left the driveway because that's when the food came in.
You just never know what might show up, and I loved that about the racetrack. Who's going to bring in what today? Who's going to bring in some cakes? Who's going to bring in some
You got to get your priorities in line, right, Marty?
Well, you go dessert first. You got to be outside the box, right? You can't be in a box, and no walls here. And dessert first is always the best way to go.
If you eat it first, Dad used to say, Marty, you eat your dessert first so you know you have room for it.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Your dad was a wise man.
He was a wise man, wasn't he?
Yeah, you mentioned Delmas Conley looking at the Portsmouth Raceway Park from this past weekend. On the late models, Nick Bocook wins his first ever PRP win, but behind him was Delmas Conley, and Delmas led for a while. So
yeah, I think he didn't pass him until later in the race. Sometime it was after halfway, I think, when Nick got him. But what a good night of racing at Portsmouth. The had a pretty good turnout, had really good races, and as a first, several guys got their first wins ever, and a couple of guys who hadn't won for a very long time got wins.
First win ever, Marty. Can you remember that? You remember the first one?
Not really. No, I can't.
Can you remember the last one?
Yeah, I sure remember the last one, but well, not the first one.
Yeah, the last one was the Dream.
Yeah, I wish.
He
Yeah.
was
It was
dreaming.
a Mud Lick Dream. That's what that was.
Was it Mud Lick?
Yeah.
Really?
Mudlick Valley.
The famous Mud Lick,
Yeah.
Mud Lick Valley Speedway. Oh, what an awesome place that
It was a fast racetrack.
It was. It was big. It was fast. It was banked up high.
Wide
it
open.
was so dark you didn't know where you were going in turn
Amen,
3 and
brother,
4.
That's right.
And remember, you swung out off of turn 4. There wasn't the wall started like how far past the end of turn 4. All of a sudden the wall's there,
You're
and
there.
you'd swing out into the bank went up the hill by the bleachers, and you had to turn back down to miss the wall.
And the
we
fog
kept-
and the smoke would be there.
Yeah,
You didn't know exactly
know
where
what
you
was
were.
going on. You didn't know what was happening, but they kept stretching. We kept stretching that groove out a little more, a little more, a little more, and I did actually. There was an ambulance always. You remember the ambulance at Mud Lick that sat there in the middle of one too? I went over there for something one day. I thought I was hurt. There wasn't nothing in there. It was a welder sitting in there. It wasn't an ambulance at all.
Huh.
I don't remember what I
You guys
did.
are kind of talking like you had some experience at that track or something.
I can remember you remember the creek that went over through turn 1 and 2? Anybody that goes to Mud Lick will remember the creek over in the back. And it had rained. We were trying to run the track in, and Marty might have been there for this one because it was in that 06 time period, I think. And when we went down, they lit us up, put us green to go hot lapping, and it wasn't near ready. It was slick. And the 3 guys in front of me, I didn't take off, but I watched them go right off the racetrack, just sailing, just jumped right off turns 1 and 2, never turned, never slowed down. 2 of them ended up in that creek over there, and the other one was in the pit area against some other truck. And I just poked around, it was just
poking around,
just poking around.
Looking at the Portsmouth Raceway Park late models, we said Nick Boatcook wins his first ever late model championship. I guess feature A main's what I'm trying to say. Dallas Conley was second. Kenny Howe finished up third. Josh Boatcook then. And then fifth was Kenny Christie, Audie Swartz, Jake Keaton, Ben Adkins, Ralph Witham. Is that right? Witham?
Yep.
And then Austin Mills rounded out the top 10 at Portsmouth Raceway Park. Looks like another good car count there, Josh.
Yeah, had a pretty good car count.
You go down to the races, weekend. Marty, was you there?
I wasn't there last week, no.
And Rick, was you down?
No, I went week before. I didn't get to go this past weekend.
Modified feature, 4-time PRP track champion, return to the winner's circle. Chuck Greenslade says what made this one, he said, extra special is DeHart got the win on Father's Day. So on Father's Day weekend after losing his own father less than 2 months ago. So that was a pretty spectacular win for him, Josh.
Yeah, racing on Father's Day weekend or Mother's Day weekend always means a lot, especially if you can get the victory and get your picture taken in there with your mom or your dad. And, because the main supporters of your racing always comes from family.
DeHart wins the race. David McWilliams was second. Eric Hatfield, Adam Colley, and then Irvin Vance, made up the rest of the top 5. Then Stumbo, Robinson, Smith, Cooper, back rounded out the top 10. And then so we appreciate and we want to congratulate Mr. DeHart for his win of the A-Main there at the modified feature winner. Their limited late models, A-Main, had quite a touching story. Chuck Greenslade says as well. Jacob Kernut led every lap and picking up his first feature win at Portsmouth Raceway Park. A lot of that going on this weekend.
Yes, it was. And that was just awesome. That brought tears to my eyes and to my wife's eyes when we saw that Jacob got that victory. That's his first victory ever. And as Dickie doesn't know, MJ, but Jacob is a show veteran, as he called in and did an interview a couple weeks ago when Dickie left us, on special assignment, and I had to do the show all by myself, with MJ's help, and Jacob called in and talked about, what's so special about Jacob is that's a crate engine, a stock 604 crate engine, and he went to Portsmouth Raceway Park and he won the limited late model class, showing everybody that you can take a stock $3,500 engine compared to these $10,000 and $15,000 engines, and you can compete. And that means a lot. Jacob's doing what I would like to see a lot more people do, and go towards that crate racing, crate engine deal to save local weekly racing. It needs to be done. It needs to be done, and that's the first victory ever with a stock fast track 604 crate engine, especially at Portsmouth Raceway Park. And it's Jacob's first victory ever.
It's fantastic
in racing, and man, I just love it for him. He's tried so hard, and his dad, raced for years, and Tim, and just they're just a great family. They're the salt of the earth. They're the
do you know
salt of the earth.
this family, Marty? No. And your thoughts though on this crate engine winning at Portsmouth?
My thoughts: if they don't do something about what it takes to run a late model, in 3 or 4 years, it won't be a late model class.
It's getting scary.
I think if you don't do something with the crate engines, especially, and have a crate class for late models, you'd have 40 cars. If you could have a class that people could afford to run, it'd make a big difference, wouldn't it?
The Sport Mod showed us this. The Sport Mod class at Southern Ohio Speedway really got all that started. You could get into racing for $3,500. You could have a race car, and that's unheard of in today's world. And you could go down and race it and have some fun, enjoy yourself. And that class took off, and they were averaging 30 cars a week. And then they changed the rules, and kind of hurt that. I think they did that this year and hurt the class. And but Portsmouth picked them up, and they're getting a lot of cars. That's a new entry level class, because some of the bomber class and some of the others just gotten out of hand, along with the super late models.
Yeah,
and it's just really refreshing to see the changes coming about, and more people starting to pay attention. This has took off down south, out west, up north. They're all around us. We're the last area that doesn't have crate racing in it. And
well, your buddy Dave Poskey was in last year.
Yeah,
he was kind of echoing these words that you're saying.
I mean, we've got to do something so that your average guy, your average run-of-the-mill citizen who loves racing, can build a race car, take it to the track with his family, have some fun on a Friday and Saturday night.
Yeah, just echoing what Marty just said, your buddy from GCP Engines was here, and he said the same thing. We've got to get this to where people can afford to race.
Right. I mean, and George, he's in the engine building business, and he's fine with doing this because he knows, anybody that's in the racing industry, we've got to have racers. We've got to have race cars. We've got to have people. And the more people that can't afford to take their cars to the racetrack, the more jobs in the industry we lose. And that's not how it's supposed to be. That's just an unfortunate side of a rough economy. If you're going to be, I tell people all the time, if you're going to be successful in racing and you don't have a large pile of money to start with, you better be a little mini economist. You better be a strategic planner to know what you're going to do 10 years down the road.
Okay. Ronnie Whitt runs second. Josh McGuire, the limited late model class at Portsmouth Raceway Park, followed by Joe Whitt, placing third, then Billy Staker, Cameron Logan, Mike Myers, Dwayne Pick, and then Randy Ross, Danny McGowan, and then Chris Lockhart made up the rest of the top 10 field. The Sport Mod class was owned by two young ladies, a 21-year-old Emily Jordan from South Webster and a 17-year-old Brianna Robinson from Cold Grove, and each won their respective heat races. Josh, they started in the feature first and second, and Jordan led all 15 laps to become just the second female to capture a feature win in the 26-year history of Portsmouth Raceway Park.
Isn't that pretty cool?
Lot of first timers Saturday night.
It was just, I don't know. It's like it was a full moon or something going on. I mean, lots of first time winners, lots of guys who hadn't been to victory lane in a very long time. It's good to see.
Said Robinson ran second and did a great. I mean, the rest of the field was behind them. It was no contest for first and second place. Brian Simmons Jr., then Billy Baldridge, Eric Wade rounded out the top five. Sport Mods with Roberts, Lunsford, also Gifford, Shelton, Danny Hamilton, Jr. closing out the top 10 as well. Also had the Bomber division.
Now here's one that didn't have a surprise winner.
Yeah, Zach Pendleton
as
again,
normal.
so.
Zach Pendleton, is Victor,
show veteran.
Show veteran.
Yeah.
He is a show veteran,
Yeah.
and he is just.
See, next year Marty can say he's a show veteran.
He's a show veteran. That Zach Pendleton is just he's just killing them in the Bomber class for the last couple of years, and it's good. He's young, he's hungry, he's got a fire in his belly.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be something one day.
I think he fishes a lot. I see a lot of his fish on Facebook.
You see a lot of fish.
He's been catching fish too.
He'll be a heck of a race car driver as if everything goes good for him.
Yep. And then second, let's see who was second place. Looks like
His dad, Shane Pendleton.
Yeah, Shane was second for the second week in a row, I believe. Then Rick Butler, Conrad Newman, and then Justin James, Wayne Hughes, Mike Drake, Casey Black, and Frankie King, David Whitt, all made up the field for this Bomber division. Looking at the schedule for Portsmouth Raceway Park, coming up July the 2nd, Josh, a big race, the Independent 60, Lucas Oil late model dirt series, $12,000 to win, plus modifieds and limited lates on the ticket. Big night there at Portsmouth, July the 2nd. Donna Rayburn will be in next week to tell us all about it.
That's a big weekend. July 4th weekend is always one of your favorite racing weekends because you can run 4 nights in a row if you want to. You can go watch races 4 nights in a row if you want to, and you don't have to travel real far to do it. And you'll get to see all the stars of today right here at Portsmouth Raceway Park on Saturday night of July the 2nd.
Yep, looking for something to do this week. Portsmouth Raceway Park will return to action. This coming Saturday night is Kids Night. All children 12 and under is free to general admission. The evening will feature a full program of late models, modifieds, limited late, sport mods, and bombers, as well as the Ohio Valley Roofers Legend Cars. Marty, you ever do a Legend car?
No, sir.
No?
No, sir.
No sprint cars, no Legend cars for you, right?
No, sir.
Did the bombers or the street stock?
Bombers, street stock, all the rest of classes. Modifieds, late model, run model. Never ran a Legend car.
All right, Legend's going to be in the house at Portsmouth this coming Saturday night, the Legend cars. And then we talked about July 2nd, big Independent 60 coming in, Lucas Oil guys coming in. Rick's going to be down there for that one, I guess, watch some races.
Yeah, we'll be there.
And then July the 9th, they're off. July the 16th, Limited Late Model Extravaganza, sponsored by Premier Precast. The week before that, we'll have Mr. Evans, Terry with us.
Evan Terry will be here.
Yes, Evan Terry. I'll spit that out here in a minute.
Premier Precast.
Are you going to be here? Because
maybe.
Every time he comes, you're gone.
Well, I don't know. That'd be a tough show right there on the 16th.
So Evan Terry with Premier Precast. I'll get that right for you, Evan. Then July the 23rd, the sprint cars come into town at Portsmouth Raceway Park. The Boss Sprints will be in the house. The late models, modifieds, bombers. And then July the 30th, the Bomber Shootout. A lot of big races coming up at Portsmouth Raceway Park.
One of my favorites, the Bomber Shootout. Now, that was always the big go-to. My first big race ever.
Maybe you and Marty could get a bomber out there in that. That'd be good.
Hey, the Bomber Shootout used to be so big at Portsmouth, we had to start on Friday. Remember that? I mean, there'd be 80 bombers show up, and we run heat races on Friday, and then on Saturday for the regular race, they'd throw in the B mains and the feature.
We should have a Winner's Circle Auto Exchange bomber.
At Checker Flag, I saw 70 and 80 bombers at Checker Flag years ago.
I mean, that used to be how it was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I think they averaged.
My favorite was number 52, the Jack Griffith car.
The Jack Griffith car?
Yeah. That was the Dick Tiller, Hoppy Coleman, Jack Griffith, old number 52.
Oh, that's right. I've seen a picture of that. Was that orange number?
No, it was black car with red writing.
Was it red writing?
Red, yeah.
I've seen pictures.
Oh, yeah, old 52 at Checker Flag Raceway. Good memories. That's what one thing Dirt Track gives you, Marty, is a lot of good memories, right?
Yes, sir, it does.
Just to remember all
We
those.
would be bored without our stories. That's all I know.
Great stories. Hey, Willard Speedway. I talked to Kenny Howell earlier today.
What they got going on? I haven't heard.
Nothing. They're not doing anything. He said maybe August. Maybe August.
All right, they got to take some time off,
So
regroup,
yes,
re-strategize.
Yes. And he said just done racing right now, but they're going to maybe try to do something in August. So just want to pass that information along to everyone. Just talked to Kenny on the phone, and he said not going to do anything till August. If they do something then, but they're going to do their best to get going again. So.
Well, he's got to go race a little bit. It's hard to own a racetrack when you're a race car driver and not get to race any.
Yeah,
that doesn't turn into much fun.
All right, Josh McGuire, let's step out, take a break. Don't forget, we're going to be giving away a family 4-pack for racing at the Kentucky Speedway with NASCAR. That's July the 7th, 8th, and 9th. We're going to give you 4 tickets to each show that's coming up here in the program. You want to keep listening for that. This is the Winner's Circle Auto Exchange Dirt Track Show right here on Cool Hits 105.7.
Enjoy racing every Saturday night at Portsmouth Raceway Park. Gates open at 4. Racing starts at 7:30. Enjoy late models, modifieds, K-Limited late models, and bombers. Admission is $12 for ages 13 and up, $5 for 7 to 12-year-olds, 6 years and under, admitted free. Pit passes only $25. Dirt track racing at its finest every Saturday night at Portsmouth Raceway Park. Take US 52 west from Portsmouth and follow the signs. Portsmouth Raceway Park, home of the 35th Annual Dirt Track World Championship.
Need a new vehicle? Then see Winter Circle Auto Exchange on 13th Street in Ashland. At Winter Circle, bad credit is not a problem because they have guaranteed credit approval. Open Monday through Friday 9 to 6, Saturday 10 to 4. Call 606-325-9970 or online wintercircleautoexchange.net. Let the Winter Circle help you rebuild your credit and make a winner out of you. That's the Winter Circle Auto Exchange, 4560 13th Street, Ashland. Phone 606-325-9970.
There's people who care where I'm going, and good friends who welcome me home. So get a full tank of freedom, drive the American road. And with a full tank of freedom, find your own highway, we'll take you wherever you go.
Marathon, fueling the American spirit.
The Clark's Pump and Shop Marathons of the Tri-State, supplied by the John W. Clark Oil Company. Return, refresh, refuel.
It's springtime, and that means time to get the yard work done. Wagner Rental and Supply can help with affordable prices on all the equipment you need, like landscape bed edgers, sod cutters, trenchers, brush clippers, stump cutters, pressure washers, paint sprayers, boom lifts, and more. Get the equipment you need from Wagner Rental and Supply in Ashland, New Boston, Jackson, and Chillicothe, or online wagnerrental.com.
Your Tri-State Rental Supermarket, Wagner Rental and Supply.
The Dirt Track Show. Cool Hits 105.7.
What does the fox say?
Hey, welcome back to Cool Hits 105.7. Here in the studios, looking at Winchester Avenue. What does Josh say?
Welcome to Moe's.
Yeah, that's the stuff. What does the frog say? Has to be Marty's favorite song of the year, right, Marty?
Right.
You want to do a little bit of excerpt with that one?
I believe I'll pass right now.
All right. What does the frog say here on the that's what Josh says. That's not what the frog says. But Josh loves Moe's. We love Moe's Southwest Grill. Stop by and see Randy and the gang. They're at Moe's Southwest Grill here in Ashland. Josh McGuire, Rick Phillips in the house tonight. He owns the Winter Circle Auto Exchange in Ashland, and he's talking dirt track. Well, actually, he's kind of listening like I am. Marty and Josh doing most of the talking about this dirt track stuff, isn't he?
Well, I love listening to it, too.
Yep. We talked about you getting rid of a Harley-Davidson on the break last week, and
Yes.
Marty has a motorcycle that he's trying to get rid of. Marty, just tell everybody what you got and where to come and get it.
It's a Victory. Got a nice paint job, real nice motorcycle at Mart's Auto Mart on US 60.
And you'll take care of them. Stop by. If you're looking for a good motorcycle, it's a Victory, I guess.
That's got a custom paint job that I'd say costed at least $2,500.
Wow. Yeah.
Pretty motorcycle. Good motorcycle.
I mean, we're talking Winter Circle. We're talking Victory tonight. This good deal on a Victory.
Go out and see Marty at Mart's Auto Mart on 60. He'll put you riding.
If you're looking for a good bike, stop by and see him. Tell him you heard about it right here on the Dirt Track Show. And he'll take care of it. Josh McGuire, what about Atomic Speedway?
Atomic Speedway had a massive crowd Saturday night on free.
Yeah.
Listen to this real close now. As car salesman here, you understand. Free general admission.
I heard there was standing room only.
Free general admission into
that's a good night to go, isn't
Speedway. What a great marketing scheme, we'll
Smart
say.
move.
Yes.
Great move. Had over 5,000 people, I read, in the grandstands on free admission night.
I mean, it's a track that's already had great success this
Yeah,
year.
had a great year.
And many
great year
good shows
going.
already.
And, I can only imagine. I can only imagine how good the track really did Saturday.
I talked to Brad on the phone. He's got some really big news to announce. We'll be talking about that next week as well. As we're going to have an interview with him, but he's got some Big
he's got,
news.
Yeah, he's got a lot of things going on over there. He's strategizing as to his future and the Atomic Speedway's future. And
yeah, he's got some big news to let everybody know about.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good. You know, Atomic Speedway is definitely rebounded from a few years ago and becoming one of the top-notch premier facilities right here in our region.
Marty, you've been down there before, haven't you?
We're lucky here. If you like racing, we got two of the best facilities in the country.
We do.
PRP and Atomic, everything. The concession stands, bathrooms, seatings, just as nice as you get, isn't it, Josh?
Mm-hmm. We are just uber blessed right here in our region because, you know, there's a lot of, as you travel the country, you know, we've been to every racetrack from New York to Florida, as far as Iowa over, you know, if there's a racetrack, we've been there. And two of the nicest facilities and two of the best racetracks is right here. You don't have to go very far to see, and it's amazing that there's that two tracks that close together, that nice, and survive as good as they do.
Mm-hmm.
No home cooking. I mean, it's a good, fair. Both of them are good. You might not agree with everything they say, but they're fair to everybody.